Certainly, officer.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assist...
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine. And what is your point?
May I ask of the subject?
You may not. Honestly, your prying is getting on my last nerve.
Merci, madame. You have been... Oh. Aha. Huh. I must act on thought and fact. This will not get me. Come, my little grey cells. The pieces of the puzzle are finally...
What do you think you're doing in here? Who let...
Mademoiselle Angeline, I presume. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Officer Hercule Pуаро.
An officer of the law? But what are you doing here? Don't you need to be chasing down the burglar?
Your bracelet has gone missing. It is only correct. I speak with all members of the house and investigate the scene of the crime.
Ah, if we must.
Merci. I will attempt to take up as little of your time as possible.
Some rat stole my bracelet this morning. Even though it's clear someone has broken in, Maman refused to listen and blamed Florette.
You sound very convinced it was taken by someone from outside of the house.
My window was open when I returned. How else can you explain that? It is of great value. Money was no object to...
It was a gift from your father. I can only assume it holds great value to you also.
Of course it does. What a silly thing to say. It's a good thing Maman had it insured with the others. It must have been while I was down at breakfast with Elizabeth. She was with me all morning.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth was with you until you discovered the bracelet was missing?
She was. She woke me up later than usual. I washed and dressed, and we went down to the lounge for breakfast.
You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return your bracelet. Oh. Aha. Oh.
The longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all means... Is one bracelet not enough? I have checked everywhere. You can ask Elizabeth if you don't believe me. It is only my bracelet that is missing.
As I have stated, it is my duty to speak with every member of the house, and I would not want to have discovered a further missing piece later. You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return your bracelet.
What a revelation! Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a...
The longer you're here, the further the criminal... How should I know? I returned to the room and Father was face down on the floor. It must have been the burglar.
So it is your father that is the subject.
Isn't he handsome? I remember watching him sit for it. He kept looking across and smiling at me. The artist was getting awfully angry at him. Maman never wants to talk about him. She says it's too hard, but she acts more like she doesn't even care he's gone.
I'm sure that is not the case. It must have been very hard for her, for you both.
I miss him every day. He always knew how to put a smile on my face. I remember in the summer, Father and I would play hide and seek while Maman read. She always helped me though whenever it was his turn to hide. I would stand in the gazebo, cover my eyes and count, and when I turned, he was nowhere to be seen. Maman would lower her book and flash a look towards his hiding spot. After I found him, he clapped when I was hiding. It didn't matter where I was. He could never find me. I always thought I was an expert hider, but when I think back now, I know he was letting me win. He always knew just what to say.
I'm sure he would want you to be smiling today, even under such circumstances. You have been of great... Finally, it is unlocked.
What exactly do you think you are doing?
If I am to serve justice, I must be able to reach and talk with young Fleurette.
The girl is guilty and shall pay the price for her crime. I shall see to that.
Everyone deserves to tell their side of the story, whether a feeble account or not. Mademoiselle Fleurette, I presume.
Please, officer. I did nothing wrong. You can't take me away.
Please relax, my dear. If you have done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. But it is my duty to investigate all avenues. Ah bon?
Relax. So you don't think I took the bracelet?
As of this moment, I cannot say. But answering my questions honestly will certainly help your case either way.
I didn't even know it was missing till I got accused of taking it. Madame,
There must be some reasoning behind her.
how could I have taken it? I've been in town most of the morning. Rihanna the cook is away, so I had to fetch breakfast for the house and prepare it all myself. How does she...
From what I understand of Madame Van den Bosch, she would not have been best pleased you returned late for breakfast.
Not best pleased? I thought she was going to batter me to death with a baguette. I hid in the kitchen and then tried to stay out of sight in the lounge until breakfast was over.
Perhaps a brave move under the circumstances. And you did not go upstairs at all.
Madame was singeing a hole in the back of my apron with her glare. I daren't have moved. I was too scared to blink the wrong way. Never mind stamping upstairs. I must just be slow, monsieur. My mother always said I moved like the snail. Maybe I... Now I am being accused of avoiding my duties? Mais enfin!
Merci. I shall take... Huh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Huh. Ah.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth. I should not be surprised by my own... Things are beginning to become clear. Another success. I never... Magnifique. Is there something I am not... cannot see the logic in this. Order and method. That... Some would say a lucky guess. I cannot see the logic in this. What a revelation! I must act on... This will not get me... Order and method. The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming to...
Anything to show you I did... Yes, another thing on my to-do list. I'm afraid...
At whose request?
It was a favor for Lizzie. I didn't mind...
Merci. I shall take...
Really, officer? If you have something to ask, officer, I suggest you stop wasting my time for... This is how she repays me? I will not be happy until I see her sufficiently punished. I am glad you have finally come to your senses and have seen her guilt. It is challenging at times, I will admit. But I can assure you the Van den Bosch name is as... I have tried my best to provide for Angeline, although sometimes she may not see it that way. She is not to know about what we have discussed. It is my burden to carry.
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt and raising a fine young mademoiselle. That is all that can be asked of.
And you have done nothing but bother my staff and my family. I cannot stand here any longer and listen to this second-rate...
Certainly, officer. The lounge?
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my head in the clouds this morning. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Besides the terrible rain? No. I woke, began my duties with Mademoiselle. I had already laid out a clean dress. I helped her into it, and prepared her for the day before getting started on tidying her room as neat as a pin.
And the bracelet was still there when you left the room for breakfast.
I'm sure of it. I had it down before Mademoiselle Angeline. Now I think of it, I don't recall seeing her memento tin. She holds her keepsakes from her father and other gifts or tokens in it. She has such a wonderful collection. She's very lucky. Why, yes, officer! I misplaced it after wiping a stain from Mademoiselle Angeline.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed it herself? I imagine Madame would not allow even the smallest imperfection.
It baffles me how she couldn't have. It was only luck that I spotted it before Madame, and a good thing I did. Madame is under a great deal of strain. It can't have been easy for her to lose her husband, raising Mademoiselle alone. She can be...
And this morning, it sounds as though it was...
It's not the first time I have had to stand and watch such treatment. I hate to see it. As I said, Madame hasn't had the easiest time. Madame's scolding of Fleurette this morning was the worst I have seen her temper. I wish she could see that Fleurette is just trying to do her best.
Could there have been another reason for such a reaction?
Madame was not happy Fleurette was late. All through breakfast, Madame was watching her with a piercing eye. But she still...
Merci, mademoiselle. You're...
I should not be surprised by my own. Is there something I... Another success. Magnifique.
Certainly, officer. How could I not be? I may not enjoy his other works, but how can one not be blown away by a story of two so deeply in love that they will risk everything just to be together?
Especially being able to draw similarities between Verona's star-crossed lovers to yourself and your dearest.
But I hadn't...
Mademoiselle, I am an officer of the law. It is my duty to uncover the truth.
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relationships of any kind. In her eyes, a relationship between staff is nothing more than a distraction.
But he means so much more to you.
Oh, officer, I have found my soulmate. At first, it was nothing more than pleasantries around the grounds. But that quickly changed. I know it's not proper for a young lady to pursue a gentleman. But once I knew his feelings reciprocated my own, why shouldn't I have followed my heart?
Love transcends professional and societal rules.
The mere thought of him was enough to make me blush. But I knew that Madame would never give her blessing. If we wanted to continue, we would have to do so in secret. The summer evenings here are just so beautiful. I often find myself walking around the grounds after my daily duties are complete. And it was one such evening that Luke was waiting for me at the gazebo. He looked ever so handsome. And the poem he had prepared, He had barely started reading and I was already a blubber. Standing there beneath the warm glow of the falling sun, he asked for my hand, and I gave... Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I've been chattering on for so long.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching story of love. But... Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistant...
I must take a different approach if I am to Come, my little Grace. This will not get me. Things are beginning to be... Is there something... Come, my little Grace Alice. We must... Order and method. That... Some would say a lucky guess. What a revelation!
Aha.
I must take a different approach. I must act on thought and... I cannot see the logic in this. Magnifique.
The longer you're here, the further... Maman is never happy with anything these days. Also, Florette does have a habit of not doing things exactly how Maman...
And how does she react when she sees Florette not doing things?
Maman has the temperament of a kicked cat. Florette has often been on the wrong side of it.
That is how she responded today?
She was shouting at her, and when Florette would not admit she took the bracelet, Maman really lost her temper. I have not seen her that angry before.
You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle.
I must act on thought and fact. I must take a different approach. Another success. I cannot see the logic in this. Is there something? The pieces of the puzzle are finally
Anything to show you. She never used to be such a witch. I would have gone long ago, monsieur. But my family can't afford.
I was not aware you were supporting your family.
Papa lost his job at the factory just before he left for good. So Mama had to work even more. I was old enough, so I went to work. When I joined the Van den Bosch house, the Viscount was very kind. I didn't think he would care, but he wanted to help. He gave me some extra in my first pay pack, enough to keep the landlord from kicking Mama out at least. No one had ever been that nice before. I didn't know what to say, but all he wanted me to do was work hard for her. He even let me to go home and visit Mama and my brothers at Christmas with a food parcel from the kitchen. Mama said she had never seen so much food. It's always been hard for her. Even before he left for good, Papa wasn't around much, and even when he was, we both wished he wasn't. When I walked in Mama's house, everything seemed so much smaller. I must have got...
The valuables in the house do not determine the...
Someone should tell Madame that. Not that she'd listen.
I will uncover the truth of what happened today, mademoiselle. Merci. I shall...
Certainly, officer. You have found the culprit?
Everything will be revealed in good time. Would you be...
Of course.
Merci, Mademoiselle Elizabeth, for gathering everyone. Will Madame...
She stormed past me not long ago, and I have not seen her return.
Very well. Under usual circumstances, I would wait. But I think we have spent... This morning started like any other. My usual ordinary patrol. Until I was approached by Mademoiselle Elizabeth about a suspected burglary and a missing bracelet.
A crime I've been falsely blamed.
That I shall come to. I began my investigation outside, but it was not long before I realized there were no signs of an intruder. So I turned my focus. Florette, your time here at the house has not always been the...
I do what Madame tells me.
And to the highest standard, I presume.
Madame's standards are very high.
And you would at least expect fair treatment for the work. Not to be spoken...
Monsieur?
I refer to how poorly Madame Van den Bosch treats you. You are at her beck and call, and she...
That is Maman you're talking about. Just what...
It is nothing but the truth I speak, Mademoiselle. All the while, Mademoiselle stands by and does not even notice such cruelty. Perhaps you thought it was time they deserved some...
Stop trying to put words in her mouth.
I am merely giving her a voice. One that has been silenced for so long.
Maybe I do think she deserves it. She's had the world handed to her on a plate, and the likes of me get nothing. Doesn't make me the thief, though.
A motive begins to rear it.
You're just trying to get me to admit to something. Well, I've done nothing.
Allow me to finish. I am sure you will want to hear what follows.
I was only trying to help Lizzie.
You must have known how Madame would have reacted to your late return, especially with her prior treatment of you.
She's angry at whatever I do.
But nonetheless, you were willing to help a colleague, a friend, knowing what the... And that show of loyalty to your friend has been the thing that proved your inner...
Monsieur?
Because of such willingness to help, you were delayed in town. You had no viable way of taking the bracelet from Mademoiselle Angeline's room. There was simply no opportunity.
I told you! Maybe now...
It is evidence not even she can ignore. Which then leads us to Mademoiselle Elizabeth. You have been with the Van den Bosch family for...
That is correct.
You have grown close with both ladies of the house, and...
Of course. And I certainly hope they feel the same.
You yourself told me Madame Van den Bosch would not stand for it, and you would both be out of...
Elizabeth? What is...
A love that is reminiscent of Romeo and Juliet. One that must remain hidden from the...
If you don't stop, I will tell Maman. You can't speak to her like that.
It may be a tone you do not like, but it is no worse than your maman's ruling that forced them into secret...
I'm sorry. This isn't how I wanted you to find out. We couldn't risk Madame finding out. I don't know what I...
What are you talking about, Elizabeth?
Luke and I... We're in love.
Luke? The gardener? But...
For fear of Madame and her rule, and if neither of you had employment, there would be no way to...
It was never our plan to go behind yours or Madame's back.
You two are to wed?
Yes. Well, no. Not today, as Officer Poirot suspects. Please, it's not what you think.
It is not always what one thinks, or how something may appear. Rather...
You can't believe I would hide my own bracelet.
The whole truth. Perhaps then we can all understand why you felt your actions were...
I have nothing to say. How dare you speak to me like that? You have no idea what... You can't actually believe I would hide my own jewelry.
If you didn't, explain to me how your memento tin with the bracelet inside came to be lodged inside the chimney of your...
You have no proof I put it there.
Besides you being the only one in the room alone, even after finding the bracelet, I still... Until I contemplated why Madame was selling so many...
You had no right to snoop through our house in the first place.
When it is part of my investigation, I have every right, mademoiselle. The unpaid bills and final...
Maman can do what she wants with her art. That means nothing.
But when there was no more art to sell, what then? You could not risk her... So, you staged a burglary pretending it had been taken, preventing her from selling it. Then you stood back.
She didn't think about me at all. She was going to take my bracelet and sell it off. It would have just... I didn't think Maman would blame her. I didn't think she would do anything.
But she did. And somehow that evidently didn't cross your mind. When Madame returns, you
Maman can't know what I have done. She will be furious.
But Mademoiselle Florette will be proved innocent. And that is what is important. No crime has been committed. So I see no reason why... It is time you considered the consequences of... And now, you must face them head on.
Maman, you're home.
Of course I am. And I brought someone that will bring some order to this...
Major, I can assure you, I have this situation
From what I have heard, you are far from it.
The missing bracelet has been found, and the guilty party has been identified.
I am well aware that the maid-servant was behind it all. And yet I see her standing as free...
I am sure Madame Van den Bosch has informed you of her suspicions, but I'm afraid it was merely
Excuse me?
After conducting a full investigation, the evidence and facts...
I certainly hope you are not accusing my daughter of...
I'm sorry, Maman. He's right. Florette is innocent. I just wanted to show you.
Shh, girl. I will not have you guilted into taking the blame for that sticky thing. Perhaps it would benefit you to remember you are nothing more.
Officer Poirot, a word. Madame Van den Bosch was forced to make her way to inform me, alone.
Major, with all due respect, she was in...
This may be how some officers act in the city, but here we show respect to us. Insubordination like this will not be tolerated.
As the ranking officer, I have conducted my investigation.
Ranking officer? Ha! You are an auxiliary officer. You have little authority over anyone, let alone a major. After what I have heard of your past in the city, I'm sure he would look upon today's events as enough.
Oui, Major.
Now I suggest you do your duty and escort the maidservant to the station where she can be formally charged. And...
Right away. I'm sorry, mademoiselle. This is not the outcome I expected.
Maman was right. We'll always...
We will do everything we can to clear your name.
What can you do now? Madame said I'm guilty of a crime.
A crime that was never committed. Once the truth is explained, this...
Angeline did not intend for you to be arrested. Surely you know her better than that.
I should have known better than to expect anything else. Justice and fairness don't reach the likes of me.
What you saw today was not justice. In the eyes of the law, you are innocent and have been harshly treated and...
But that doesn't help my employment, does it?
That I cannot save. But your freedom, I
Detective Poirot, I trust this finds you well. It has been many years since our paths last crossed, and while I'm sure your recollection of the events may differ from mine, I hope that receiving this letter has not rekindled a sense of animosity toward myself or the Van der Bosch name. The impression you made is something that has stayed with me since that day. It compelled me to reconsider the spoilt young lady I would have inevitably become and helped shape me into the woman I wished to be. You made me see the childish and selfish girl in me that did not consider the consequences of her actions or how they may affect others. Although Maman may see the events of that day differently, I believe the compassion you showed for our mate Florette, as well as the drive to uncover the truth and accept no alternative, was a testament to your character and professionalism. Although I wish it were under different circumstances, your assistance is once again required, and I hope you will consider this as my formal request for your service. This forthcoming weekend was due to be one full of joy and happiness at the announcement of my engagement to Gideon Demire, whom I love dearly, bringing together two illustrious families, but it has been shadowed by deceit, extortion, and blackmail. The Van der Bosch name is being held to ransom by a mysterious party, and I am afraid I do not know who I can and cannot trust. We are holding a small gathering to celebrate our exciting news with what Maman calls the dignified elite, those that are well respected and held in high regard in both our close inner circle and society. Our private matters have always remained just that, so I fear one of those invited may be the person who is out to ruin our name, but for reasons I cannot fathom. I have enclosed a first-class rail ticket for you to join us for the announcement, and having contacted your superiors and the correct authorities to request your assistance, which they were more than happy to grant me, I shall expect your arrival with great anticipation. There shall be a carriage waiting for you at the station to bring you directly to Mnemosyne House. I thank you in advance in our time of crisis. Yours respectfully, Angeline van der Bosch.